Carole, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Now, Kenya, of course, has a new administration. What are your expectations of this new administration?
Thank you very, very much. And yes, we are glad that the process has come to an end, despite I'm sure there'll be maybe other processes. We don't know if there'll be a court case that will be filed tomorrow. But beyond that, I think for us, we are very excited that the process has come to a conclusion today, because the country was being held for a long time, and business wasn't doing well, was operating for around 70% for the last 1 week. And I know today was also one of the days that many shops and many businesses closed. So our expectations is that there will be a real focus to reviving business. We know we are all coming, we are rebuilding back from COVID. And so that rebuilding that will be accelerated by the new administration, and that people can, the economy can really start growing once again. And so despite just the period of electioneering where there's a bit of slowdown, and know we are really facing some of the effects of drought, COVID, the effects of COVID, of course, the war in Europe. And so really the new administration will have to look at both the internal and external factors and really try and see how the economy can really rebound from both of them and grow, and so that we can create the jobs and also feed the people.
Now, back in March this year, when you met the president-elect William Ruto, you said that KEPSA is looking for ways to build a robust economy. What are some of the policies you're looking to work on with the various stakeholders that you engage?
So yes, so when we met the president-elect with the economic manifesto, some of the areas that we're looking at was saying that Kenya has had a vision, Vision 2030, and we have 8 years to complete the vision. And so what are some of the areas that we are looking at in terms of that need to be worked on? One is competitiveness, that Kenya needs to regain and also grow its competitiveness edge within the region and in Africa and in the world. So that's when we articulated some of those areas of where we really need to grow our competitiveness. But we also looked at issues of public safety and looking at our security, public health systems, our education system, and really making them a bit more robust than they are. The third area was mostly ICT, and saying there are more jobs that we can create in the technology revolution as a world. And so we can utilize technology to really grow our economy, create more jobs than we've had before, and really be able to compete with the world. And then we're also looking at the issues of governance and saying, can we tighten some of the areas of governance, like where we have been losing money as a country, as a government, and really cut on those areas and reduce corruption, because it's important for us to be able to buy goods at the right price, to do projects at the right price, not the overvalued projects as we have seen. And so those are some of the areas that we really did discuss with the president-elect and of course his competitor, who we also met at that same time. So those are some of the areas we'll be looking to work with the president-elect and to really make sure that the country can grow in those areas and some of the other areas, just so that we can achieve Vision 2030, complete the infrastructure program that the two administrations have been doing. The last administration that was led by Honorable Mwai Kibaki, the deceased, and then also now Honorable Uhuru, the current president, who is the outgoing president, and finalize some of those areas and look at what has been pending and make sure that they're completed.
Now, Kenya is among 7 countries selected to pilot the Continental Free Trade Area that seeks to unlock the movement of goods and services within Africa. What products is Kenya trading, and how is the country marketing itself with this opportunity?
It's okay. Yes, so there's the Africa Free Trade. So market access is part of the areas we'll be looking at in competitiveness. And so the Kenya is positioned itself first as a gateway to Africa because of where we lie in our position. We have a strategic location, access to the Indian Ocean, more in the middle of Africa, so we can access the rest of Africa so much easier. We are financial capital of the region. We have one of the best educated population in Africa, and so So there are some of the things that we'll really be looking at as a cutting edge as we get into ACFTA. And we do have a lot of both multinationals and big and local companies that are really doing well that will be able to get into this market. So we'll be looking at our products that we have a competitive edge on in terms of getting to the rest of Africa, but also looking at how we can also organize and trade together, maybe as a region, and see some of the products that we share and can export to the rest of the region. But we'll be looking at ourselves more as a strategic location where business getting to the rest of Africa will be getting through, but also getting our goods and services through to the rest of Africa.
And finally, Carole, the African Development Bank has described Kenya's political cycle as very disruptive, and it says political uncertainty, especially around elections, and the associated volatility is arguably the main handbrake on sustained private sector investment and growth. Do you agree with this?
I think we've come from there, but we've done well. I think we are maturing as a democracy, as a country, and so the instability that was there before is becoming less and less. I think we've run quite a good, transparent election this time. Very few cases pre the election and after the election, and we hope even after the announcement today that the peace that we've experienced through the election period will be maintained, and that's what we are calling from the private sector, that all Kenyans, no matter who you voted for, this is our country. It's important we maintain peace. If we don't maintain peace, the economy will not survive it, especially being a fragile economy because of all the pressures that both external and internal that we are facing right now. And so I would say that we have grown as a democracy. We still have ways, more ways to go. And I think for me, what I'll be trying to get ourselves to focus on is that to say, as a country, we've done very well with digitally, from especially on the financial side. So could we do the same on the governance side, especially on our electoral processes, so that it can be fully digitized and we can eliminate some of the challenges that we've seen this time and in the past. But we've done well. I think I'm very proud of my country that we've done well despite some of the things, some of the challenges that we have faced.
All right, Carole, thank you very much for your time tonight. Carole Kariuki, the CEO of the Kenya Private Sector Alliance.